Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Thursday nights!
I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific Connor himself, Zealeus.
What's up, Mr. Charlie of the Ville?
Something's up, I'm sure. I don't know exactly what it is at this moment.
I know what is up.
What is up?
Rain everywhere in Atlanta, all the time.
Flood!
How are you enjoying the Rainyville?
I love the rain. I hate the fact that the vast majority of Atlanta drivers don't understand the concept of when things are falling from the sky, you're still going to be okay if you're careful.
My problem is I need new windshield wipers, so it's really annoying. But I
You could just go to like Target or Walmart.
I know.
Advance Auto.
I know.
O'Reilly's.
Yes. But there's none like
Kmart.
On my way home from work, there's none.
Costco.
There's none. I don't have a Costco membership. There's none on the right hand.
Home Depot?
I don't have a Home Depot membership. There's
Lowe's?
no.
There's no membership to Home Depot. You just walk in the damn door.
There's no store on my home on the right-hand side to stop at. And I refuse to take a left because I don't want to take a left out to get back to where I'm going. It makes perfect logical sense to me.
No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Works for me. I just go out my window when it's raining and I just do the windshield wipers manually. It works very effectively. It's very effective. It gets a good workout on my left arm.
You're weird. All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is our Thursday Night Hangout, which we do every single week from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until Charlie decides to fall over and pass out, or technically, officially 9:15 p.m.
But it could be any time knowing Charlie when he's going to pass out. It could be the next day when he has to go to work. It's hard to say.
Indeed.
We never quite know.
Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, as you do know, I hope you know at this point, I do the do every single show. Now, of course, we took away that do the do sign, but that's okay. We're okay with that. Anyways, I do want to, I know you can't see it on the camera, but this is a pretty awesome glass. It's got the Thor hammer right here, and that is courtesy of Fanboy Glass from Macon, Georgia.
Macon, Georgia, he's a local.
I actually lived in Macon for 5 years.
One of my college or high school friends, she does a lot of laser engraving, like that stuff. She doesn't go to any conventions, but she does a lot of that type of stuff and also like artworky decal stuff on your walls. A lot of really cool, nerdy stuff.
Right on.
I've been meaning to buy something from her. Need to.
You need
Support the locals.
Sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into it, shall we?
Indeed.
All right, now, as you might have noticed, as of late, I feel like our show has been basically featured at least half or more when it comes to eSports. And the reason why this has basically become the trend is that shit's happening at like a laser pace. Everybody is trying to get in. They're like, oh my God, eSports is sticking around. We got to do something. Of course, you've got these companies that are signing these exclusive deals to do the streaming rights. League of Legends going through, MLB. So Twitch, of course, Twitch has been the
standard.
The standard. Now, of course, you can watch it on Facebook. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on MLB, depending on where it is. Hell, you can even watch it on ESPN2 from time to time. So Twitch doesn't want to be completely knocked out of the scenario. They want to have some exclusivity so that they are the place to go for certain things.
They don't want to be a footnote in history.
Well, they don't want to be like, this is only for casuals. The professionals don't play here. So Blizzard and Twitch have basically formed a partnership. It's going to be for the next 2 years. 2 years. Now, let's see what games are included in this deal.
Can I guess?
Yes. Go.
Overwatch.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Hearthstone.
Yes.
I'm going to go with World of Warcraft.
Yes.
I'm going to go with StarCraft.
Yes.
Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
No, like Warcraft. No.
One more.
Wait, it's going to be, hold on. It's a new game that's coming out that's going on BattleNet.
It's not a new, well, I mean, it's been out.
No, there's oh my gosh.
No, the other game I'm looking for is a game that's already out. It's been out.
Destiny?
No,
because
it's not Blizzard. Destiny is Bungie.
No, the reason I'm actually saying that is because this is a side tangent. Because you know where Destiny servers are going to be hosted on? BattleNet.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So all of the so when you go play Destiny 2 for the PC, it's going to be on BattleNet. So that was my guess as far as why. I don't know.
Seriously, you don't know? You played the game. Think of another MOBA.
Oh, Heroes of the Storm.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, so all the
Blizzard games.
They've done a deal to basically do Overwatch, Hearthstone, StarCraft, World of Warcraft, and Heroes of the Storm. Now here's the interesting thing. As you might remember, Blizzard's been trying to get like this super duper professional Overwatch League off. And of course, it was like a huge ass buy-in, and there's no profit sharing for ever and a day. And so that's kind of still on the back burner. However, Twitch for the next 2 years will be the place to go for the Overwatch Apex League, the Overwatch Premier Series,
Yes.
Hearthstone Championship Tour,
Yep.
Hearthstone Global Games,
Yep.
StarCraft 2 World Championship Series,
Ooh.
World of Warcraft Arena Championship,
Woohoo!
and Heroes of the Storm Global Championship. Now I'm curious about that though. So are we saying, I didn't see, so when we talk Global Championship, that's not Heroes of the Dorm. I'm assuming that's still with ESPN.
I would assume so. If they already have that contract in place, then I would assume so.
And I'm pretty sure that Blizzard's happy with that contract.
Now, my question is so stuff like this, would it be one of those things where could it be done both on Twitch, because, obviously, Twitch is over the internet, versus could they also do a contract with ESPN over coax to do both?
Good question. I don't know. It depends on the phrasing of the contract.
Definitely, yes.
If Twitch has an exclusivity contract, then I'm pretty sure that if ESPN wanted a chunk of the pie, that they could probably work out a deal for that would include Twitch, and Twitch would have would get some monetary value in the fact that individuals are watching Blizzard products but not through Twitch. So there's got to be some incentive for Twitch to allow to kind of ease off. So, but I would not be surprised if ESPN or Fox Sports or whatever out there wants to do over your standard cable, that Blizzard and Twitch are probably in a good spot to say, yeah, you give us a little bit of money, you can get that.
Well, this is really competition because you have oh my gosh, League of Legends, which is doing the MLB deal to do all their casting. So obviously, like you said, Twitch doesn't want to be left behind. As they see esports growing, they want to make sure that they're staying relevant in the game.
Now,
and so this is huge for them to be able to get this contract with Blizzard.
Now, of course, if everyone remembers, Counter-Strike is with Turner.
Oh yeah.
TBS with their E-League. So, everyone's basically they're starting to divide and conquer franchises and stuff. And the reason why, because no offense, I mean, some of these games that Blizzard have, there's still like a niche market. It's not, I mean, yes, Hearthstone and Overwatch and all that stuff, StarCraft 2, it's huge, but when you try to stack it up against the big numbers, sometimes they fall, they're all over the place.
I'm sorry, in the grand scheme of things, esports is still currently a niche market.
Right.
It's growing, but it's still, in the grand scheme of things, it is.
Right, but like, let's say if there's another MOBA out there, let's say Dota 2. I don't know who the hell makes Dota 2 off the top of my head.
Steam.
Valve.
Valve.
There's not an exclusive deal with them. The reason why I think that Blizzard and Twitch did is because Blizzard has numerous different products that they could build into it. So that if someone's not a huge Overwatch fan, maybe they're a Hearthstone fan. Or if they're not a Hearthstone fan, maybe they're a World of Warcraft Arena Championship, which I didn't even know is a real thing. But
which makes me wonder, will native Twitch streaming come to these games? Because a lot of people, I mean, there's people who professionally stream Twitch. I mean, Overwatch, what's kind of considered the best Lucio player in the world for Blizzard, for Overwatch. One of the reasons he said, I don't know if he is now, he didn't want to go pro is because he wanted to have fun. And you could still play competitive, but once you go to that professional level, you lose kind of some of that. Is the game still fun in a way? Man, I was watching. So the other day, I was watching a video of. It was basically considered the best Widowmaker in the game, the equivalent of a sniper. I mean, he is a sniper, or she. He's playing a she, and she's playing against a aimbot. And how these people hit these shots, I don't understand. I'm like, you see him debate these shots and stuff. I'm like, why do I even play? What's the point of even trying? Because I will never, ever, ever be that good. It's just insane what these people can do with their skills.
Right.
It's awesome. It's just really cool to watch. I mean, I'm not big into watching esports, but I like watching kind of those montage videos to see like what people do and just kind of see their crazy mad skills. And it's really fun to see what people can do, especially when you played the game.
Right. So, I mean, for me, I have to have the saying goes, I have to have a horse in the race for me to be interested in. And for me, the only esports I ever watch is, well, actually, I've watched E-League a couple times when there's nothing else on TV, and then I get pissed off at the commentators every single time, but that's a different story. Now, the one thing that I'll watch is like Smite when it involves certain teams.
And I think in a way, though, that's kind of, so most of what, if you're going to watch, let me ask you a question. If you're going to watch esports, is it probably going to be Smite, do you think?
For me, yes, because I have an in-depth knowledge of that game.
And that's, if I'm watching anything now, it's going to be Overwatch because that's what I've got into. And I think that's a really big hurdle that esports in general is going to run up to at some point. I know, they have some of the TV stuff, but I think watching esports, when you compare it to, like, let's just say basketball, I think people can watch basketball, NBA basketball, without ever having really played basketball. Or most people at some point in their life probably dribbled a basketball. Or, their kids have played football. I've never played football, but I can follow along football just fine.
You grew up on it.
I grew up on it. But I think watching esports is one of those things where unless you've actually played that game, I just think it's really hard to get into.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I think that if you are trying to view an esports event that you really don't know what's going on, if you have someone in the know that's willing to kind of help you along so you can ask questions, okay, what's the big deal about this? Because the thing is, some of the best times to be had when you're seeing something that you've never seen before is have someone who's actually willing to, kind of coach you into all the little nuances and stuff. So you go, oh shit, that's cool. Like lacrosse. I did not know, hell, I didn't even know lacrosse existed.
Lacrosse is cool.
Until I got to college, and it turns out that my fraternity basically founded the club team at Winthrop. And then it turns out the Georgia Swarm brought home the cup.
I really wish we had lacrosse growing up because I would have loved to play lacrosse. I want to hit people.
Yeah.
It looks like fun. I'm not, like you saw me, you know me in basketball. I'm like the guy who goes there and just fouls everybody. That's what I do. I'm like, lacrosse would have been perfect for me. I can go hit people and get away with it. Hell
By the way, what are you doing next Monday?
Playing lacrosse.
Damn it. Okay.
No, I was just kidding. What?
You want to suit up?
Oh, God. Are you kidding me? We'll talk about this later, but that's a terrible idea.
I know it's a terrible idea. But anyways, so I think that if you're watching esports for the first time, if you have someone who's knowledgeable about it, who's willing to answer your questions and kind of break it down for you, you may have, I'm not saying that you're going to be like, oh, then I have to watch it. I think that you have a better chance of maybe retaining that viewer if that person, if it turns out to, once they kind of get past that first barrier, if it's their thing, then you keep them.
So it's kind of like if you get married to somebody, male or female, who's not into football, because that's usually the big sport that people are diehards for.
Right.
And your significant other, the only reason they might watch it is because you are into football, and they're going to put up with your crazy football shenanigans. And and like you said, they might not get into it, but there's a chance they might now get into football because you dragged them into this sport. So potentially the same thing with esports, where you're right, on their own, probably not to watch it, but if they're with somebody, then I would agree. In that case, they might be more liable to watch it if they're with somebody. But by the same token, just as kind of a counterpoint, because that's what we do here, is one thing we talk about all the time is our culture is getting away from that, where it's getting away from, let's just take playing video games in general. Okay. It's getting away from the hot seat gaming. It's getting away from where you and I, we're sitting here side by side playing some kind of shoot 'em up video game. And by and large, much to our chagrin, video games are getting away from that type of atmosphere. Do you think watching TV is any different though? Just social interaction in general seems to be much more remote and individualized than it was when we were growing up.
I kind of see where you're coming from, but at the same time, it's not like you can no longer, if I've got a movie on, it's not like you can no longer watch it with me. Okay, with video games, the hot seat function is gone. They want you to buy your own copy so you can go sit somewhere else and play the game and pay that extra fee. But when it comes to like viewing, because there's if you're watching sports, you're watching eSports, you're watching anything on TV, there's a chance that you're going to have your own personal commenting that's happening during the thing. I don't see that really changing as long as I mean, even if it's a drunken debate. I mean, I don't think it's going to go away.
So what they need for TV is every TV now needs to come with a camera. And as a camera, and every person who's watching, you have to pay an additional license to watch it.
Wait, you don't know that there's a camera already on your TV that the government's watching you on?
I actually put tape over it, don't worry.
No, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next topic. All right, let's talk about, speaking of esports.
More esports!
Tencent, which I think is like one of the biggest like internet mogul giants in China.
Oh, they are huge.
Has been like pouring money into the esports scene. And this is how much money they're going to be pouring in for the next 5 years. So 15 billion. That's, if you want to average, that's going to be 3 billion a year, but something tells me they're going to start small and then get bigger. But they're going to be pouring this money into esports in general. And that money is going to help set up leagues, tournaments, associations, which makes me think that they're going to try to get a governing body for some of this stuff.
Or like a minor league kind of.
That's true, yep. And then also the money is going to be utilized in their esports themed parks.
Oh, yeah.
So that would also then go with nurturing talent.
Well, it makes them for the being the ground up. I mean, they already are with LoL. They're already like on the ground in the trenches as far as these games.
Oh, right. They own Riot Games now.
And it's kind of like, so when I think of, these esports, and let's just say Twitch and Tencent, the one who always comes to mind for me is Sears. And I'm going somewhere with this. So we have the advent of Amazon, right? So you have Sears. They had the mail catalog in the 90s. I mean, basically before the 90s. They were the de facto purchasing standard. And it's also this crazy infrastructure and everything in place. And then the internet happened. And they were at the forefront. They could have easily been the Amazon of today if they've only seen like this is right in front of them and they invest in internet. And I think that's maybe kind of what companies like Tencent and Twitch are watching out for. They've seen these history of these companies where new technology and competitors come and they just rest in the laurels thinking, oh, we have years of goodwill, we're fine. And these companies like a Tencent, they're like, no, we're not just resting on our laurels. We're going to make sure that we stay involved and that, we're not just relying on League of Legends to carry us for the next 20 years. No, we need to make sure that we're keeping our reputation alive and keeping players involved and making sure that we are here for the next 100 years, not just because we're here a flash in the pan.
Well, okay, so the couple things. Tencent is like, I think it's like the company for internet in China. So they know how much traffic is going through to play these online games. They could see the statistics of how it's increasing. Now, why wouldn't you throw money into it to make sure that not only sticks around but grows, especially since you own the rights to the MOBA, the top dog right now in League of Legends.
It's really an investment.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
really what it is. They're investing in their own future.
And you know what, to be honest with you, they're going to make that money back fast.
Exactly. I get more people involved, like with the relationships with MLB and all the, the esports franchises.
Yep.
It'll just make them more money in by making their property that much more lucrative because more eyeballs will be interested in it.
Absolutely.
That's really what it comes down to.
Right. So I'm totally for it. I wish that there was a company in the U.S. that would kind of do this. However,
seems like if a company would do it, it'd be Blizzard.
I
don't think they're going to.
You would need a third party. You wouldn't. I wouldn't want the developer attached to it. It would need to be a third party to add. Not that Blizzard is not a valid company, but to really put the validity in it, you need someone who's not directly. Okay, so Tencent.
But do you think Activision would let them invest that money though? That's the question. That's that's really the problem.
No, it's got to go into Call of Duty.
Yay!
Woo!
Yeah, everybody is excited about Call of Duty.
Anyway, so. That's really cool. I'm excited to see what Tencent can do, and maybe they will create the blueprint that other companies will start to create, and we'll get that solid foundation that it's just a matter of time before it happens.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's all patchwork, and it's kind of the idea of what's going to be a unifying body or whatever. Eventually that'll come about. And, if they could be the top dog who does it, then that's a lot more money. Because then they get to call all the shots.
Indeed. All right, on to the next one.
No, do we really have to talk about this?
Yep.
This isn't a good idea.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's everybody either uninstall Steam.
Should I just burn this? Should I just burn my wallet right now?
Or
burn my cash?
Or hopefully you don't have a credit card attached to your Steam account and you just hide your wallet.
I'm just going to cut this right now. I'm cutting this.
Freeze it in a block of ice.
Yeah, that's the only option, because I know we've all done it. We've all gone to Steam and be like, what? Only $2.99 for this game? I'm going to buy it.
No. It's not that. It's what? $50 for these 12 games?
That's it.
I've got to get it. Oh my God. This one for $35 gives me 6 games? Okay. This one right here gives me the entire collection with expansions for $25. Next thing you know, you've already spent over $100.
Yep. Yes. I've luckily been able to bypass the Steam Summer Sales lately.
Ditto.
I mean, right now I'm kind of enmeshed into Overwatch, so I obviously haven't, and I have a backlog of games I still need to play, which we all do. And yet, it doesn't stop. I think in a way, I know we like to talk about brace yourself, Steam sale is coming. I don't know if it's, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Is it still as bad as it used to be? Because I think, when Steam Summer Sales really first started a couple of years ago, it was like this, OMG, this is crazy. But it's not like this is new. It's going on
it's
for
not new for us, and I think that's the big thing. We've been through Steam sales. We've seen the number of games that we've still yet to touch. And so the allure is
like,
slightly
where did this
gone.
game come from?
When the hell did I get this one? No, I think that's why now we're not as eager to jump at it. But now individuals.
But the younger generation is coming out of college.
They're right when they're like, oh, I got a job now, I can actually buy some games. Oh, look at this bundle. Oh, look at that bundle. Look at this bundle. I think that's really. But so brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. There is going to be a ton of amazing deals on Steam, but pace yourself. Please pace yourself.
The big difference between now and then, though, is all the indie games now that they'll have in the summer sales. Because, that's the great thing about Steam is they really have a lot of Steam summer sales for those indie games
Absolutely.
that they can purchase also. And I think if you're looking for the Steam summer sales and you see like the indie games on sale, because these are the games that Steam has looked at, you're probably going to, if you see that as an indie game as sale, you're probably going to have a much better chance of it being a quality indie game than some of the shovelware that gets past. I don't know what the gatekeeper is now for Steam, to be honest, anymore.
Because
they're refreshing it, because they're redoing Greenlight or whatever they're calling it. So I think in that regard,
Steam Direct.
Thank you, Steam Direct. So I think we see in that regard, like, ooh, this is part of the indie sale pack that Steam is like kind of selected. That's the one that I'd probably be looking at. Okay, those are indie games I'm going to try because I know it's not just games that nobody's looked at.
True.
Although I really want to try Factorio, but I'm afraid it would suck away my soul.
I'm basically ping-ponging between Smite and Metronomicon. So
how is Smite going?
Smite, fine. I've had a rash of bad games where it's gone down to the wire and we've just screwed up. But it's good.
Nice. Metronomicon looks fun.
Oh, it's so much fun. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is a little bit of a PSA.
PSA.
Every single year, Alter Confusion.
Public sales account?
Public service announcement.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Every single year, Alter Confusion has taken part in something called Extra Life. Extra Life is basically a charity that works with the Children's Miracle Network. All the proceeds raised through Extra Life go to a specific hospital organization through the Children's Miracle Network. For Alter Confusion, it will always be Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, or short CHOA. We are trying, I don't remember the exact number that we're trying to raise currently, but if you have any money that you would like to donate to charity, and by the way, this is tax deductible, then you can either click on the donate button below this video if you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching it on our website, then there is like I don't even know how to, it's like a thermometer looking thing that fills up as you raise funds. You can click on that. If you're watching this video somewhere else, you could probably just go to extra-life.org and then type in Alter Confusion, and you'll find us. But of course, every single year we We try to raise money for it, and every single year there is a 1 day a year that's a 24-hour game-a-thon, and that's really where we, try to make it worth your while for donating that money by watching probably me do terrible at some game or games.
Just you can watch Charlie play 24 straight hours of video games and hear his internal monologue for many of those hours. Yes.
Thank you. Yes, Angelus. Hooray for charity and making Charlie play video games for a long period of time.
I think really Charlie should practice this like every weekend. It'd be a good warm-up to the actual event.
Right. My wife would kill me.
I'm not saying you tell her.
Right. My wife is going to notice if I'm sleeping for 8 hours randomly in the middle of the day. No,
Honey, I don't feel well.
Right.
I'm just going to go downstairs and rest.
Right. No, nope.
Doesn't work.
But yeah, November, I can't remember the exact date.
It's in November, yeah.
Yeah, it's in November. It's going to be the 24-hour game-a-thon, and I will, of course, be playing probably from 4 a.m. to 4 a.m. That's usually how I do it, so that I can give, a complete day I'm MIA, and then I get to sleep for like 6 hours, and then I'm back to being the family man.
All right.
But I don't know, like November's still way off, so I don't know what games I'm going to be playing, but if you have any suggestions,
I can guess one.
What?
Smite.
Yeah, I'll be playing Smite.
You're playing Smite.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, I have no idea. So donate, or if you want to create your own team, you just go over to extra-life.org and you can sign up today.
Or people could come over here and help a game too.
That too.
We'll see if I may bring my monster rig. Who knows?
Who knows? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on to the next story. And the next story revolves around the company AEG.
Whoa, that looks like a party, man.
I know. So AEG is a humongous company, and they basically have their hands in like a lot of sports-based stuff.
They're a big sports agency for athletes.
Yep. So AEG is actually joined into the, I guess the investor group that owns the rights to the eSports franchise named the Immortals, which is one of the top eSports franchises across the board. Although I don't think that Immortals have a Smite team.
Wow.
I don't think so. Anyways, so what does this mean?
What does that mean?
So what it really means is that AEG basically can give a set location with AEG's help. When the Immortals play, if there's like an LA activity and the Immortals are involved, then all the events will happen through the AEG LA Live district, and that's what that picture is right there.
So it's like this fancy place that they can play at, basically. So they have a home base of operations for their crazy gaming.
Yep.
But you've seen some of the ones with big financial donating money in the background doing this, where they kind of have their home base of operations to play at.
I would say, I don't know if there's a specific home base of operation. I would say that the bigger, you're more likely to have venues at your disposal. Like League of Legends has played at the Staples Center, which is where the LA Lakers and the LA Clippers play.
Yeah.
With the purchase with the 76ers organization jumping in and buying Dignitas and, oh my gosh, is it Edge or Axel or something like that? Apex. Sorry. Apex and Dignitas are bringing into one. That means that you can utilize the arena that the 76ers have, and probably will have quadruple the amount of attendees that a 76ers game would have. I'm just kidding.
What? Taking work? If taking works for NBA, can it work for a pro esports team? What do you think?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Anyway, so this is kind of cool because once again, the more money that goes into trying to support specific esports franchises means that other companies will be like, well, crap, I've got to get in now so that I don't end up with, I don't know.
The 76ers version of an esports franchise?
The Easy Rusty Bumper company or something.
So basically esports team made of Charlie and me? That's what you end up with.
No,
that would not be good.
No.
Not good.
No, we're talking an esports team made up of retirees at a retirement home.
Hey, they could be the best fit. They might have a lot of free time to get their skills down, though.
Which button do I hit again?
Yeah, I worked with a guy like that yesterday. It was painful.
Anyway, so very interesting, really excited, and hopefully this is, once again, the ball keeps rolling, esports keeps getting bigger, and so AEG is a humongous company, and if they're jumping in with both feet, hell, AEG and Tencent are both jumping in with both feet, so.
You asked the question, is esports a sport? AEG, they're a sports agency.
Yeah.
They think it's a sport, obviously, of some sort.
Well, I think they see it as a profit.
Well, that too. Money, give me
If
money.
you want to call it a sport, you can call it a sport. Can we make money on it? Yes. Okay, we're in.
Yeah, this is true. So what you're saying is this should be the Alt Confusion investment plan, is investing in esports franchise based locally here in Atlanta. What do you think?
We don't have enough money for that.
They can come practice here in the basement. We can offer them space to practice at.
Right. No, I don't think that's going to work.
Wait, they can live out of the basement, all 6 of them.
Yeah. No,
What do you think?
No,
They have their
I don't
own
think
private bathroom.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Anyways, all right, ladies
We
and
can
gentlemen.
build them a private entrance. No? Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next story. And this one is a break from esports to tell you about Layton's mystery journey.
I love Layton's games. They are
Okay,
fun.
so this, once again, is a puzzle game. From what I've seen, it is Layton's daughter, I think, who's taking the main role.
Ooh. Gender equality.
So this game is coming out on iOS and Android July 20th. It's coming out for the 3DS in the fall of 2017. They haven't pegged down an exact time.
The 3DS?
Yeah, the 3DS. Now here's the very interesting thing. Okay, so they made this big announcement during E3. Layton's Mystery Journey. Everyone, come join in the fun. But
Excellent.
everyone's going, but what do we do until then? Glad you asked. So they have actually created a 10-country promotional real-world puzzle adventure. It's called Layton's Mystery Journal, and this is basically there's going to be 50 puzzles that are going to be released on specific days, and then you have to join in with the other members around the world to try to solve all these puzzles.
So this isn't on my computer, or is this like in real life?
Website.
Oh, so I don't actually leave my house to partake.
No, but
I was worried.
No, but you will converse, interact with individuals through Twitter or G+, Google+, whatever.
So it's using basically social media to play a puzzle type of game. That's a really cool concept. I could see that working.
So it started on June 20th, and it will run until September 21st. I don't know how that breaks down for the 50 puzzles, but I will tell you that at least three puzzles are available, and I have conquered all 3.
It reminds me a little bit of the giant mystery in Ready Player One, where they have to find out the big secret with different levels.
Yes,
But I don't think this is quite as big a
but it is
winning.
It is very interesting. The unfortunate thing is this is originally a Japanese game, so one of the puzzles, the instructions was lost in translation. I mean, absolutely lost. I used all my hint coins, and I still had no freaking clue what the hell I was supposed to do.
So how'd you get it?
I Googled the shite out of it until someone gave me at least a little bit of an example. So I go, oh.
And that made sense.
Yeah. Because I was like, am I supposed to click something? What's this mean? What does that mean? Am I cross-referencing something? I don't know what's going on.
So once you got a hint and it makes sense what they were trying to tell you, it just wasn't quite clear.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yes. So anyways, go check it out. All you got to do is just type into any of your Google or Bing or whatever the hell you use.
Is there a reward for winning this or something?
I have no idea.
Yeah?
I think it's just, togetherness.
It's just for the sake of performing a mystery. You get to go do stuff.
Just look up Layton's Mystery Journal.
Layton's Mystery
And
Journal.
you too can join in on the action.
I'm not sure I like mystery. I'll think about this one.
Okay.
And now for Charlie's favorite game of all time.
Smite! That's not my favorite game of all time. It's currently my favorite game.
So what is your favorite game of all time?
Seriously?
Well, is it the same? It hasn't changed?
No.
You never
It'll
know.
It will never change for Masters of Magic. If that thing would just get updated, I'd still be playing the shit out of it.
Maybe you just need to broaden your horizons.
Whatever, man. Anyways, okay, so Smite.
Smite!
A brand new god has been announced, and his name is Kukulon. Kukulon. Yeah, there it is. He's the third Celtic god. He is a warrior, and he basically has the ability to it's like a Jekyll and Hyde type deal, where you get to a certain point and you're building up like this, I guess like this pool of mana, and once it gets to the top, you basically kind of like roid out and just start, more attack and stuff like that.
So a fairly unique style.
Yeah, but really, I mean, I immediately think of, I know that a lot of people hate this movie and they think it's absolutely stupid, but I liked League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and the way that they depicted Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and that is literally what this guy is, if you were just to put like blue Celtic tattoos on the guy.
So I saw an idea for Smite, because this is like the 90th god in Smite or something like that.
It's a lot of gods.
It's 89, it's like 90. So what if, because 100 is a really big milestone, what if there was a public vote on who the 100th god was?
Jesus. No, that would be interesting though. It would. Hi-Rez, the company behind Smite, has been very, I guess, audience-driven with, if you're an artist and you have an interesting idea for a potential god skin, you can basically submit it, and it could end up being in the game. Now, the one thing that's gone really, really weird about Smite is that Smite has had these things called adventures. And these adventures, I don't know how, it's like a couple weeks they run and then they disappear. And it's like the most random shit ever. They did like a really piss poor, like Super Mario Kart game that I was like, nah, I'm good.
No interest.
Good. There was a Capture the Flag game. That was kind of interesting. Unfortunately, you were strapped to 4 specific characters. You couldn't select any. You could have multiples of those 4 characters. However, it was only those 4 characters.
I'm guessing it was for balance reasons, because that's like probably all they tested.
I don't know. And then this time it's what's it? The Trials of Hercules. It's kind of roguelike, where so what you do is you start at level 20. But with no items. As you go through the game, you'll unlock treasure chests that give you money, and then boss treasure chests, which will give you a random item or items. And then when you're playing in easy mode, there are 3 bosses. After you beat those 3 bosses, you basically go back to the city. And the city, different buildings in the city will have quests. There's 4 buildings. You complete the quest set in one building, and you move to the next one. It's very vague on some of the quests. You're like, I don't understand. What am I supposed to do? And you'll have to look it up.
But so these are temporary though. They're not like
no. It's kind of like, let's see what people think about this. What would happen if we did this with the cast of Smite?
Well, it's kind of interesting though. So take a game like Smite, which is obviously a multiplayer oriented game, basically doing PvE elements in the game. And then I'm going to take the example of Overwatch, where I didn't play when they had it, but they did a PvE event a couple months ago, and people really loved it. So one of the topics that's come up on the Overwatch forums, and I'm guessing probably the ones for Smite too, is would there be any incentive for the developers to actually maybe create a type of single-player campaign for these games, where you have obviously your gods and Smite, or your Blizzard characters in Overwatch, and maybe create a actual, real, persistent storyline instead of having these timed PvE elements.
I don't know, but the issue with this new adventure, the Trials of Hercules, is that if you've played a couple times through, then you're literally trying to speed run through it. You don't give a shit about any of the mobs. You're basically trying to do a straight line to get to the first boss, kill that boss, go straight line, kill the second boss, keep going, kill the third boss, return to quest end, rinse and repeat. You're not looking for those extra treasure chests, because the amount of coins you get it's not worth it, because you have to rack up, I think it's like 2,500 for a an uncommon item and 3,000 for a rare item.
So these items are what? Do these like unlock skins or other stuff for your character? Like, what's the benefit of doing these adventures?
So what it does, it's literally you can kind of get. I think technically you can win like extra skins or reward skins or whatever, unless of course you pay the gym cost up front, and then you've already unlocked everything, and then it's just for shits and giggles.
Is it fun though? That's the real question.
It depends on who you're playing with. You've got some people, like I was playing with an individual last night, who decided just to like literally, you only get 3 characters. It's you and 2 other people that are going to be running through this. And it was me and one person who was literally killing everything, and there was and the other person was literally just twiddling their damn thumbs in the back.
Of course.
I'm like, okay, I understand. Aphrodite is not a very attack-heavy person, but at the bare minimum, you could be healing us.
Or auto attack.
Something. It was just like sitting there. So you know what I started doing? I got so pissed off that every single time I would gain aggro, and I'd run back to Aphrodite and stand right behind Aphrodite.
Nice.
I'm like, I'm going to make you fight.
Did it work?
Yeah.
All right.
For those short amount of times, and then they would move over to another corner. But here's the thing. You want that to be an adventure. You want for people to explore, and so the treasure chest should have like something a little bit more unique than here's a little bit of gold.
It's not so even more gold maybe.
More gold, or maybe a chance at some random thing, or maybe an in-game boost for that run. Something, because literally, literally in the first area before, so you start in a forest. And in that forest area, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 treasure chests. You're going to collect 1 because you have to, because it's on that beeline to get into the city gates. So, but that's it. I mean, there's no incentive to go off that path. Now, of course, there's one quest that you'll take on that says, in a single run, open 5 treasure chests.
Well, I guess you'll do it.
And you'll automatically open up 2 because, like I said, there's literally you're gonna pass.
You can't miss it even.
You can't miss it. So yeah, but they all seem like half baked. They're like, this would be a cool concept. Let's throw it out there. It doesn't seem like it's completely formed.
It's almost like a beta test to see like how much.
No, it's like an alpha test.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, there is a new god in Smite. It's a lot of, Smite of course continues to be a lot of fun. I of course basically utilize a single character, Cananos, which is,
Still you got a choice.
Oh yeah. I'm diamond level with him.
Whoop whoop. I assume that means that's really good.
Yeah, that's you, mastery level 10 is diamond.
So that means you should know how to play this god really well, basically.
Yep. But I go ahead, if anyone out there who's watching actually finds Ultra Confusion in a Smite match, you'll notice that my mastery level is never showing on my loading screen card, because you can actually mask it. So I mask it so no one knows what my proficiency is with a gun.
Otherwise, you either A, get targeted, or B, everybody in your team gives you crap over it. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, why aren't you carrying us? Or, dude, you suck, no matter how good you are. Mm-hmm. That's the online gameplay in general, as I'm finding out. Yeah, it's really annoying.
And for the most part, I don't do the serious stuff. I don't. In Smite, there's Conquest, which is like that's what the pros play.
Serious business.
And I don't play Conquest simply because that's too much fucking stress. There's too much map to figure out. There's too much stress. I can't do it. Joust, which is the 3v3, I might do that once in a blue moon. Arena, I'll do that in a fucking heartbeat. That's 5v5, basically just meet in the center and beat the shit out of each other. Assault is a 1-lane random god assignment, 5v5, which is a lot of fun, unless you have those douchebags like, what are you doing with this character? You're terrible with him.
I don't know. It's random, jackass.
Yeah, it's like, hello, Assault, random assignment. This is the first time I've actually played with this god because none of you douchebags would let me trade with you. Because you can trade. You can trade. And if you can also re-roll your character.
Is it in-game currency cost or just once?
Yeah, in-game currency.
For free?
No, it's an in-game currency. But see here. Then you also have Clash, which is 5v5, 2 lanes with a massive attack boost in the middle.
I've never done Clash.
It's newer.
Okay.
It's pretty insane though.
Isn't there a 4v4 one too?
That's Siege.
Siege? Okay.
Yeah, Siege, you have, you try to do enough to create siege engines that will walk down one of the 2 lanes to try to take out the towers and then take out the Titan in the end.
Gotcha.
So that is all the modes. Well, you've got the duel mode, which is only ranked play, but that's, 1v1.
Have you done that one?
Yeah. I almost qualified for, I almost did enough duel matches to qualify for
Smite World Championship?
semi-pro. No, fuck no. No, they don't do duel in Smite World Championship. No, I just have.
Now presenting Charlie at the Cobb Energy Center.
Right, that ain't gonna happen. No, I had a record of, you had to get 10 in before by the end of the spring split.
10 wins?
No, 10 games.
Ah.
You could have lost all of them, but you had to play 10.
That's not a lot of games.
8. I played 8.
Seems you could get like 10 games in a night.
You would think, but it takes a lot longer than you think because it's set up like a pro game. There's a banning stage.
Ah.
And you're not allowed, of course, with any of the pro level stuff, you can't choose the same god as the other person.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
So, yeah.
And they want to give you time in game to build up your character, and it's not just like an insta-give, basically. It's
Yeah, you start from level 1.
Yeah, there you go.
On the Joust map.
Nice.
Yeah, so anyways, Smite! New god. I do kind of wish that they would slow down the god releases because I feel like we're starting to pile up and I don't know, some of the gods are getting a little fuzzy because I'm just like...
What do you mean by fuzzy?
I don't really remember, oh yeah, that's right, that god's here too.
Oh, there's almost too many gods?
Yeah, it's like for a while they were doing it like every 2 weeks and I'm just like, I can't keep up with this shit. Like, if it doesn't interest me, it goes in the back of my mind, and then I'll be like playing a game, like, a couple weeks down the line, and I'll be like, who the fuck is that?
So here's the question. Since you obviously play a lot of Smite, are there in-game elements that you think that maybe they could spend their time on that would be better worthwhile spending of time than new gods or whatever else they're doing? Like, what is something currently in-game where, like, they really need to spend time on this aspect of the game?
Well, one thing is they introduced a bug with this new patch where in any mode in Smite, after you die, you have a respawn counter.
Sure.
And when you die, you go back to the base to spend that time during the respawn. In Assault, they did an oopsie-daisy where if you are in the base, but your respawn counter has ended, so you've basically respawned, you can no longer buy items. You have to buy items during the respawn counter.
Oops, that's annoying.
Yeah, so like literally you have everyone who's dying, if it's like a quick death, but you're like, oh, but I've got enough gold. I now have enough gold. You literally have to like, okay, hopefully I've like, I've prioritized this shit so I can basically double click on it real quick so that I have it. Because there's a couple times where I'm like, ooh, I kind of need this, but I need this for my build because I'm getting kicked. Oh, damn it, I spawned.
That's a pretty big bug.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, but I think balancing and then also maybe a little of extra love to, and they've been doing this, to give every single mode that their own feeling. Like Clash is Egyptian themed, Siege is Mayan themed, Joust is Japanese, Conquest is Greek, I think.
So if there's one thing you could change about Smite, what would it be?
Heavy penalties for douchebags who drop out AFK during the game or drop out during the character selection, or so like you're in the queue and everyone accepts and you see you've got to wait till all the dots are green so that it goes into the character select screen.
Yep.
Assholes who join the queue and then don't click the fucking button.
That is a huge problem in Overwatch. So in Overwatch competitive leagues, so you have like your different tiers and shit. The biggest problem that I've run into in competitive Overwatch is people leaving a game. And so there's a penalty for leaving a competitive game, and it's pretty significant actually in terms of like what happens to you. but it's still an extremely common occurrence of people leaving in the middle of a competitive game for whatever reason. And of course, the problem is if you're, it's 6-on-6, and one of your 6 players leaves, you're going to lose because you're pretty evenly matched. That's the whole idea. And if you have a player lose, you still go down in ranking. And so it's not unheard of where,
So it penalizes the entire team.
Oh, yes, big time.
Yeah.
And so players can go down from, gold to silver in a night because they have 4 straight matches where they have somebody drops out. And what do you do? Because, after like 2 minutes, you can leave with no penalty, but you still get a loss. Versus if you stay, well, you don't get a penalty, but you still get the same loss.
So this happens a lot in Smite as well. You have a lot of people who basically, if the match isn't immediately going their way, they're going to try to forfeit the match, or they're just going to bitch and moan and stand on the damn platform, or they're just going to disconnect.
So in Overwatch with a competitive match, you can't forfeit. Well, you can't forfeit in any mode. So there's no forfeits. And if they leave within, I think it's like the first 30 seconds or minute, pretty soon to a match, then you can leave without penalty or loss. But like I play mostly quick play. Quick play matches are quick enough where, first off, so I should go back. With Overwatch, if somebody leaves a competitive match, you don't have fillers. So if you go down a man, you're down a man and notice that person, it's a legitimate disconnecting to come back, which happens.
Yeah, that happens in Smite.
It's fine. I get it. Shit happens. But you don't have backfills. So let's just say, for instance, capture point. You have 5 matches in capture point. It's best of 3, basically. If your player leaves within the first match, you're still going to be playing for probably a good half hour to potentially do 5 matches. Versus a quick play match, which is best of 3. Also, if a player leaves in quick play, they have backfill. So if a player leaves, you don't even notice half the time because somebody's immediately filling that spot. So in quick play, nobody cares if somebody leaves because it's going to be filled anyways. Versus the competitive game where ranking actually matters, if somebody leaves, you're host, and it sucks.
Well, I think one of the reasons why I play Arena and Assault is that doesn't matter why, but if one of your teammates decides to disconnect or just bitch and moan and sit their asses on the fucking spawn point the entire game, there's still a very good chance, depending on the skill level of your other teammates, you could still win the match.
Sure.
I think it was like 2 nights ago, we were down, it was 3v5, and I was in the 3, and we almost won it. We lost 0-4. In Arena, you start at, I think it's like 500 points.
Oh, wow.
And killing a god counts so many points. There's like fractions for killing minions. If you allow minions to get to the, if you allow opponents' minions to get to your portal, that's, takes points off of you, whatever. And we literally held our fucking own. I mean, 3v5, it should have been a massacre.
3v5?
Yeah, 3v5.
Wow. You actually got it destroyed.
We kept it so freaking close, and we only lost by 4 points. And really, it was just they got wise and they tag teamed one of us and got that final kill. So, well, but if someone were to do that in like a conquest or a joust match or a siege match or a clash match, you're fucked. You're literally fucked. There's no way to truly recover from that.
But the biggest problem I found with competitive Overwatch specifically, there's a very certain meta to the game. So like 6 players, you're almost like required to have 2 tanks, 2 DPS, and 2 support characters, and both those support characters damn well better be healers. If you deviate from that at all, then like your entire team starts giving you shit about it. It's like you can't have like, basically you have to pick like these certain like 10 characters every match. Out of like 30, I don't even know how many are in Overwatch. Versus you play quick play, nobody cares. Just pick whoever that you want to. So that's the thing. It's like, that's the frustrating thing I think about Overwatch, is you have a very specific, like almost list of characters, where unless you're a pro at this specific character, you have to choose one of these other guys.
I don't think it's that bad in Smite. However, there are gods that you will never see in a competitive match. You will never see them. And then there's other gods that are quintessential unless banned. Like Everyone's
Sure.
going to choose this god.
And there's one character like that in Overwatch is Reinhardt. He's a guy who holds a big ass shield in front of him. It's kind of silly because like the whole idea is so you have 6 players, right? And if you play as a team, you have a big shield. What do you think people on your team should do if you have a big ass shield?
Stand behind it.
Exactly. See, you have never played and you understand the concept very simply. The problem is everybody assumes you need this guy with a big shield on your team. But if you have all characters on your team who aren't going to, there's certain characters who are never going to stand behind your shield. That's fine. You know, different characters have gameplay styles, no big deal. But if you have all the 4 of your characters and you're never going to stand behind your shield because that's just not the type of character they are, why are you going to choose Reinhardt? Like, what's the point? Who's going to stand behind my shield? Nobody. But if you don't have a Reinhardt on your team, then the team freaks out like, we need a Reinhardt. It's like, why? Nobody's going to stand behind the shield.
Because that's what we've grown to expect. We have to have the Reinhardt.
Yeah, if you don't have, that's what you have to have that on your team.
Oh, yeah.
Even nobody's going to use it. So it's interesting. I played it a lot, when the first season started, but now I'm I'm just playing for fun now.
No, the funny thing is, some of the gods that are way high in the pro level selection.
Sure.
I try to play them, I don't get it. Why would anyone want to play it? But they've got strategies and all this shit. I'm just I want this guy to do lots of damage and not die.
Well, it's kind of if you're really good at it's there's 20, 30 characters in Overwatch, and any one of those can be absolutely devastating in the right hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure it's the same thing in Smite. If you're an expert at this character, you can destroy anybody.
There's one character, it's a Celtic goddess, I should say, the Morgan. If you can play the Morgan, you're one of the most deadly people to play the game. If you don't really know how to play the Morgan, you will be the sacrificial lamb the entire fucking game.
And that's in Overwatch, it's Genji. So Genji, it's basically they throw the shuriken, and it's really melee based. And unless you have crazy prenatal Twitch skills, can do all this crazy shit, you're useless taking kills. But if you go up against somebody who's really good, they'll just destroy your entire team. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. So it's kind of the same thing. Very high skill ceiling, but the skill floor is as low as you can get. If you're not good, it's bad. But if you're really good, I'm just rage quitting. Yeah, and there's definitely those characters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next topic because I know we're starting to run out of time. Okay, let's talk about Kickstarter. Kickstarter! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've had this conversation a bajillion and 97 times, and that is Kickstarters when they're successful, but they take too fucking long.
Oh, nerves.
Case in point, I continuously forget that I actually kickstarted a game back in, let me see here. The Kickstarter started in July 27th of 2012.
You almost got that for my birthday.
The physical goods have already arrived, and I've already lost the posters, and I gave all the t-shirts to Goodwill at this point because they're ratty.
Wait, when did you receive the physical goods? Years ago?
2014?
Oh, wow, okay.
Or late 2013.
So a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 2 t-shirts and 2 posters. 2 posters, I think they got destroyed. And the 2 t-shirts, I basically just wore them until they were dead.
Okay.
They just released a new email saying, hey, 0.9 version of the game. Looking really good.
So, is this a game you can play yet?
Yeah, you could. You could play it the entire time. It's not the complete game.
So, are you going to try it out?
Fuck no.
Oh.
I played it a couple times back in 2013. And I was like, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. It kind of feels kind of Minecraft-y, where you're building shit with stuff that you
That's
gather.
how I felt about Minecraft. What the hell am I doing? I'm building shit. This is dumb.
No, dude, you just keep collecting the dirt.
Yeah, no,
I've got 5,000 dirt. I'm awesome. I'm a dirt man.
Yeah, it's dumb.
No, I know, but it's basically the same caliber.
So it's Minecraft, but not as cool.
I don't know. Anyways, So it's been almost 5 years.
That's unless you're Blizzard, that's too damn long.
And even Blizzard would be like, oh, I don't know.
Well, Blizzard, Blizzard's not. They don't do that anymore.
No, they don't. However, you look at the StarCraft 2, how they divided into 3 pieces every year, or is it every 2 years?
Yeah, I felt that was more of a money grab than an actual developmental issue.
Well, no, okay, so in a way, yes, it was a money grab, but the other thing was a lot of people really bought into the mythos and the legend of all the different races. So they really, each one, yes, it was a money grab, but at the same time, they really fleshed out the single-player campaign for the Terrans, the Protoss, and the Zerg. Angela says, Madara board game ended June 2015. The expected delivery was March 2016. Oh my God. Expected delivery is maybe by the end of the year.
That reminds me, there's a board game that was on Kickstarter that, like, the starting Kickstarter, like, to get the board game was like $200 to $300. I can't remember what it's called, and I know it's not really helpful, but apparently it's amazing. And it's actually worth like the $200 for the board game.
Well, I have a bunch
It's
of
like a dungeon crawler type of game.
I've got a bunch of Kickstarter board games that are still in the wrapper in my board game closet.
Nice.
Because here's one itty bitty, teeny weeny issue with all the board games and all of the pencil and paper D20, D6 role playing games that I have. It takes more than one individual to play any of these games.
It's like when your kids are 10 years older, you can play it with them.
Right.
Like, yeah.
I remember when I got this game. And then, of course, there's two board games that I bought, and I didn't know I literally bought like a miniatures board game. One of them actually came with a DVD of this is how to paint your miniatures 101. I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Damn it.
I need to check on that. It was that Kickstarter where it was you had the figurines and you played it like on your iPad though. It was like the Dungeon Delver type of game.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
What the fuck was that name?
I really need to check in that game because it looks freaking cool. And we've talked about it a couple times on the show.
Yeah,
it was really cool. See, what I do is, so Angel's is saying, I force my friends to come play them with me. I just go to the board game meetup group in town, and I just play other people's board games that they own. It's great. I don't have to actually purchase board games, and they all come with a new one like every week. I just bring booze. It works out.
Booze?
Booze. And I'm going to start bringing brownies because I can cook them now, which really isn't that hard, but for me it's still difficult because I don't bake or cook.
Ha 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 ha.
Turning on my oven is a struggle. Pressing that button's like, how does this work? Where does the fire come from? I don't understand.
Oh, Lord. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Anyways, so once again, that
Booze
is...
and brownies. Can't go wrong.
Woo!
Don't mix them in the same bowl, though. It doesn't work. I've tried.
No. You throw a little bit of rum into your brownies, and that's a good time.
Okay, when he said booze, I was thinking like beer. But you're right. Rum brownies, that's different.
I don't know.
I may have to try that next time.
It's good. It's
You
good.
just got to get the right mixture so you don't make it watery.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Just cut out half the water and replace it with rum.
That's
It'll
what I
be
was
fine.
thinking.
You won't be able to see straight.
Seeing is overrated.
But once again,
Beer goggles work perfectly.
This is the danger. The beauty of Kickstarter is that you can invest or find out about amazing things. The downside is there are way too many opportunities to basically get metaphorically kicked in the nuts because you want to support a group that really didn't know what they were doing.
Well, it's also why we've seen the trend in Kickstarters moving towards when people kickstart a project, they want to see a prototype. You know, it's not the days of yore where,
I drew a picture of this thing, I'm going to make it a Super Mario clone.
Exactly. No more dreams in the skies. Like, I want to see actual bits on the screen of your pie in the sky. I want to see how this is going to work. And that's one of the reasons is people getting, like Charlie, getting burned time and time again because people have this great pie in the sky and then it ends up to be a rut in the mud instead.
Or the other thing is, and this,
or nothing.
I got burnt by this once. Hand of Fate card board game. Ooh. That would be cool. That would be cool.
Hand of Fate is good. I'm a big fan of Hand of Fate.
Just completed its Kickstarter. Damn it.
I'll check that out. I like Hand
but,
of Fate.
but
Have
I've,
you seen
I've,
Hand of Fate?
Huh?
Have you seen Hand of Fate?
I've played Hand of
Or
Fate.
you played it?
Yeah, I played it at one of the conventions. I've streamed it too.
You'll have to check it out.
I've disconnected my credit card from Kickstarter to stop me from backing random ass projects because I keep doing that. What was I going to say? I got burnt in a slightly interesting way. So I donated or pledged money towards a Kickstarter project to make a web series.
Oh yeah.
and got through, and that web series did it. And of course, I pledged at a level that allowed me to get a bunch of other stuff. Now, of course, the individuals who started the Kickstarter was the production company and not the actual creators and talent of the show. And so the production company apparently had a falling out with the creators and left, and basically took all the information of who should get what.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nobody got anything, basically?
No.
That sucks.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Kickstarter, it's very cool, but at the same time, you have to be cautious, I think. And that's where people are much different now than when Kickstarter first came out.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's not just throwing money upon money into Kickstarter.
It's no longer, oh, it's a cool idea, I'm going to throw money at it. It's like, all right, that sounds interesting. Let me do my research.
Or I see in the case of a couple of our friends who've done Kickstarters with their RPGs, like they have a product in place and they know what they're doing, and you can talk like, yeah, I already have, these ideas written down, and they're actually written and typed up. It's not like
you've actually played the game.
You played the game. It makes a huge difference. Like, yeah, I'm going to Kickstart this because I know it's real.
Yep, as I've actually done stupid shit in this game.
That's the best way to play games.
So, all right, let's do our...
That's a mighty big P.
I know. Ladies and gentlemen, there's this wonderful thing called Patreon. Patreon is a service that allows for you, the audience, fans, loved ones, whomever, who like what we do here at Alter Confusion, to donate to Alter Confusion to help us with the upkeep of our equipment, help us cover costs for conventions so we could go to conventions, etc. Patreon is a monthly donation service. So basically, you would pledge a certain amount, and at the end of every single month, that amount would be deducted from your credit card or your bank account, and would go to Alter Confusion. All that money is exclusively for Alter Confusion. It would never be just for my own whimsies, and not for Zealeus' cat.
I keep on asking her, and she refuses anyway.
No.
It's very weird.
So, anyways, if you feel comfortable with just donating like $1 or $2 or $3 or $4 a month, that would be amazing. You can go to patreon.com/alterconfusion. Now, if you feel that that's not really your gig, perhaps you want to do a one-time donation. You of course could do that by hitting the Donate Us or Donate Now button, either below this video if you're watching on Twitch. I believe it's on the left-hand side on the website. So just go to the website or go to the Twitch, and you click there, and then it goes straight to the Alter Confusion PayPal account that you can then pledge a certain amount, and that of course once again goes straight to Alter Confusion to help with the upkeep and cost of the equipment, cover electricity for conventions or travel for conventions, that kind of stuff.
There's always stuff.
If you are interested in maybe doing something that's not monetarily or financially part of the equation, we are always hoping and willing to work with individuals, either to have just a conversation, if you want to help publicize Alter Confusion, you want to help spread the love through social media, that would be phenomenal. If you want to help with maybe reviewing some games or writing some articles or something along those lines, just hit us up. You can hit us up through any of our social media stuff. As you see the entire show, we've had this banner, this stream.
I'm terrible at this.
Going, and it gives you the website, our Facebook page, our Twitter, and our Twitch. And you can hit us up on any of that stuff and YouTube. We have a very quick turnaround because I am the turnaround.
He's your man right there. That is Alter Confusion. You were talking to him.
So if there's, at bare minimum, if you just want to have a conversation about a topic that we've covered tonight or in the past, or maybe an article or review or interview that we've done, hit us up through any of that and let's start the conversation, because that's what Alter Confusion is all about. We want to start a conversation, and while we're talking, you can learn something about some independently developed games, or perhaps get some information that you may not have known about, or maybe you can correct us in some of our thoughts.
Well, correct Charlie, I'm never wrong.
Whatever. Rose would disagree. Anyways, so ladies and gentlemen, I think we've basically reached the end of our show. So I want to thank everyone who tuned in for the live show, and of course all of you who are watching this, the recording on YouTube or on the website or on Facebook or wherever you may be watching it. Thank you for spending time with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure to give you everything coming out of our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back here next Thursday.
Next Thursday, there's always a Thursday.
To give you more of the awesomeness that is Ultra Confusion. Now, once again, let me just stress this. If there, at any time between now and next Thursday, if you have a topic or a question that you would like for us to discuss, just hit us up on any of these social media platforms, and we will hopefully get enough of a heads up that we can give your topic the love and attention it deserves.
And remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.